Hello. It is the time of year where everyone starts talking about new goals for the new year and all the dreaming, all the sewing plans. And it's a lot of fun to listen to and hear everybody's sewing plans. But I wanted to hop on here in the midst of everybody showing the goals that they're making for the new year, which can feel quite overwhelming. I feel a little overwhelmed by it. I just thought I would hop on here and share some tips for creating and shopping maybe a little more sustainably and in how you're making your sewing plans for the new year or in the new year. Obviously, if you're watching this at a different time of year, that's totally okay too. By the way, my name's Alicia from Doors and Floors blog, where we talk about DIYs, daily adventures, and life abroad here in Peru. If that sounds interesting to you, consider hitting that subscribe button and let's get into it. I want to start off by saying that you do not need to go into a new year with a whole plan for the whole year. I always think it's interesting when people talk about like, what's your 5-year plan? You know, when you're talking in life, just normal everyday life things, people go, what's your 2-year plan? What's your 5-year plan? What's your 10-year plan? At this point in my life, I don't like to live by a 5-year plan or a 2-year plan or a 10-year plan because you never know what's going to happen in 5 years or 10 years. And you can't really control that far into the future. I can plan, a couple months in advance, maybe, but plans change pretty quickly and life changes pretty quickly. So there's no way to really plan that far in advance. So I just wanted to say that when you are starting and making your sewing goals for the new year, it's okay that it doesn't have to be perfectly planned out. Like you don't have to make a 12-month plan in January because chances are by the time you reach June, plans have been changed. Plans will have changed, life will have changed, and you probably just won't want the same things. You might not even have that same style or anything. So I would encourage you not to go into this new year with like a hard set, this is how it has to be. If I don't do this by December of the end of this next year, I'm going to have failed. So like, don't hold yourself too hard to that. I'm not saying, typically when people say to make goals, they say that you should be specific about those goals. Don't just say, I want to start running. You say, I want to start running 3 times a week type of thing. And I'm not saying any of that is bad. I'm just saying like, maybe don't plan your entire new year out at the beginning of the year or the end of the previous year because you don't know what's going to happen in 6 months. You don't know necessarily where you're going to be, and it's okay not to have it all planned, and it's okay to leave room for flexibility. Next, I want to suggest if you are making sewing plans or fashion plans or outfit plans, go to Pinterest. I would suggest that you create two boards. I would recommend that you make 2 boards on Pinterest, one board specifically created and dedicated for your outfit ideas, things that you would wear, outfits you would like to recreate, things that you say, hey, that's cute, I like that. This is me, this is my style, I would love to be that person, that type of thing. So create like that first board. And then I would also suggest if you are a creative, crafty person, create a second board that's dedicated to your art ideas. Create these 2 boards and then use these to put any inspo that you get throughout the year into. So for me, my outfit board, I try to put only things that I would love to wear that, or in a perfect world, this is me. But sometimes, you get things in there and you're like, okay, realistically, I wouldn't wear that. But don't worry about that at the start. Just put the stuff in there. Same with your art stuff. I have so many pictures in my art board of like, I would love to create this, or I like the sleeve on that thing, or I like the ruffles on that other piece. But I wouldn't create everything. But when I put it in my art board, I don't do it for reality's sake. It's just like, oh my gosh, this is fun. Let's do that. Let's put that there. So I would recommend you start with that. Start there. And then once a year or more frequently, but at least once a year, do a deep clean of these boards. For me, this was one of the things that was on my goal list for the new year, which I'll go into a little bit later. But I did a deep clean of my art board. I need to do a deep clean of my outfit board, but I just did a deep clean of my art board, and I took it from like in December of last year, my art board was probably at like 1,200 ideas. I'm never going to make 1,200 things. Never, ever, especially not in a year. But I'm not going to like magically be able to bust out these 6 million thoughts that are in my head of like, pretty, I want that. Never. It's not supposed to be necessarily realistic. It's just supposed to be like, it's okay to dream. It's okay to have that like, ooh, I like that. Ooh, that could be fun. That's okay. Have that. Have that space where you can just be like, yes, yes, give me. I want it all. So I just did a deep clean of my art board. I took it from, like I said, like 1,200 down to right now it's like 650, 670. My goal by the end of this year is to be below 725, which I've obviously made it. And I just wanted to go through and say, hey, would you ever actually make that? Or would you actually ever wear that? Like, it's really fun. It's really pretty. But I stopped and asked myself, like, would I wear that thing and that board? Would I wear that thing that I think is pretty and fun? Would I actually wear it? If the answer is no, then I can go ahead and let that picture go. I can go ahead and let that art idea go. I've gone through my artboard and I've been just trying to make those projects. So some of them I've made, for example, this thing back here. It's been a project. It's been in my artboard for a good 2.5 years now. It's a project for my father-in-law. Please do not look too closely at it. She's not perfect and I don't love her, but she's done. I just went through and I removed any pictures that were related to that specific project that I'm not making. So I just encourage you, like, go through your artboard and then ask yourself, am I going to really use this? Am I going to? But you don't need to do that on January 1st. You know, you can do that towards the end of the year. You can do that like once a year, at least once a year, go through and say, oh, I did that. It's done. I can clean that out. I'm never going to make that. Let it go. I would encourage you to do this same thing with your outfit board as well. Ask yourself, like, realistically, are you ever going to wear that outfit? And it is okay if the answer is, I still want to. I want to wear that, or I am eventually going to. I try to keep things in there that I know I will realistically wear one day, or that it inspires me, or just clean it out if I'm like, that's not my style anymore. And it's okay if it's not my style anymore. And then another question, make sure you ask yourself, like, why did I like this picture? Why did I like it? Is it because I specifically wanted this exact plaid skirt or whatever's in the picture? Was it because you wanted that exact thing? Or did you save it because you said, oh, hey, I have a plaid skirt in my closet that's very similar and I could totally style it that way. So I'd encourage you to try to style those outfits throughout the year with your Pinterest board. Try to style it from your own closet. So that saves you from having to go shopping. You don't need to go buy that. Ask yourself, do these two things work together between your two art boards? Is your art board all about making dresses, but you never wear dresses? And that's why your outfit board never has any outfits that are for styling dresses. If that's the case, maybe you need to rethink your art board. But if you are trying to make your own salvage edge jeans or whatever, and you want to have inspo ideas for how to wear it, put that in your outfit board. Put those ideas in your outfit board. And the two should kind of connect at least a little bit. So I would try to pair the two together and be conscious of what you're putting in each Pinterest board. Quick side note, it really helped me to be conscious when I went shopping for fabric this year. I haven't gone shopping for fabric in about a year, and I decided that if I was going to go shopping for fabric this year, I wanted to do it very wisely. So I looked in my Pinterest board, my art board, and my wardrobe ideas, my outfit ideas first before going shopping. I wanted to say, hey, what do I wear and what do I want to create? What have I been wanting to create? So before I went shopping, I made that plan based off of ideas that I've had all year long, instead of just going to the fabric store and going, everything is pretty and I want everything and I have to have everything. I tried to be very conscious about it. I had a plan and it helped me to stick to my budget and not go crazy and just buy anything and everything. Next, I want to talk about some suggestions for when you want to make plans going into the new year for your creative process, or even not for the new year. You could do this halfway through the year, you could do whatever, but here are a couple of ideas for just helping you to plan the direction for your year. And like I said, I would go at this, I would approach it flexibly. You don't know what you're going to do in 6 months. In 6 months, there might be a new trend that you do want to hop on, and that's okay. And it's okay if you don't want to hop on the trend, but it's okay if you say, hey, I really like this trend. I really do want to hop on this. And all your sewing plans go out the window because you want to chase this new thing. So be flexible. Something that I did last year is I created a creative board. I went through and I designed a tic-tac-toe board. And in each and every single square, I put like, this year I would like to learn how to do these things. But with my creative board, I allowed myself to be flexible with the thing. I just said like, I want to learn to shirr this year. I've never shirred before. I want to learn how to do that. I didn't have a specific shirring project in mind. I just said, I want to do that this year. This is going to be one of my sewing goals this year. I will go ahead and link to a little PDF that you can download for the creative board if you'd like to make your own. But basically, I just suggest that you create your 9 things that you'd like to do in a year. And then the goal isn't necessarily to do all 9. If in a perfect world, you're able to do all 9 things on your creative board, amazing, amazing. More power to you. You're on fire. I found that trying to create this was not as, or trying to get my tic-tac-toe 3 in a row was not as easy as I thought it would be. It's actually a lot more difficult because things were put in random orders. With things not being too specific on my creative board, I was able to decide when I was ready to make that project, whatever it is I wanted it to be. For example, one of the things on my list was I wanted to create a matchy-matchy outfit for me and my husband. But at the beginning of the year, I didn't really know what that was going to be. I just knew at some point in this year, I want to create something matchy-matchy for the two of us. No idea what that was. It ended up being these cargo pants that I made, my husband and I. Putting together a creative board gives you that freedom, though, to be not specific, to have freedom to dream when you get to that point in the year where you're ready to tackle those tasks, but also to end the year going, yeah, I did it. I got my 3 in a row. I think I actually just got my 3 in a row with 4 days to spare for the year. So actually, high fives for you. And wow, I feel better about that. And then finally, I wanted to suggest one other idea is you can create your own collection, a collection specifically designed for yourself, just kind of to create direction for you. I think sometimes we create and we just create and create and create. And if you create a collection, you can, at the beginning of the year, go through your wardrobe and kind of take a look and say, what do I need this year? I don't want to only create dresses. Maybe I need t-shirts, or I need a pair of pants this year. Do I want to buy my pair of pants this year, or do I want to try to create my pair of pants this year? So I went ahead and also created a little PDF for this of how you can fill in your collection for the year. It has a very specific number of making this amount of shirts or tops and this amount of bottoms and this amount of dresses. But the little caveat that I would say is I have not finished filling out my board yet. I have maybe 6 things on the list that I already know I want to create. All of these ideas came out of my Pinterest artboard. But I went ahead and looked at my Pinterest artboard and I said, are there anything specific that I want to make this year? Then I'm going to go ahead and add it to my collection. just so I can keep on track and not make too many of one thing and not enough of another thing. And then I filled those things in. So I have like a top and 3 dresses here and a pair of pants that I specifically want to make. And some of them are very specific. Some of them are, I want to recreate this specific item that I saw from blah, blah, blah collection. Some of them are a little less specific. I want to create that type of an item, but I don't have the entire inspo yet. And then a lot of mine is just not filled out yet. I have a lot of blank space because I want to leave room for myself to create something in a later month and to figure out what I want in a later month. But my goal with this is just to kind of point myself in the right direction and see if I can create more sustainably, in a sense that I'm not just creating anything and everything. I'm kind of sticking to a little bit of a plan of, I need some more shirts. I need a dress. I need blah, blah, blah. Let's see if I can make it instead of buying it. Let's see if I can fill my own need, fill my own shopping list for the whole year. And so there's like 20 pieces to make in a full year, which seems about doable to me to make 20 pieces. I've probably made more than 20 pieces this year. So that's just like, that's for me. But that doesn't mean I don't have space to create for other people should I want to. And like I said, I haven't filled everything out yet because I want to have that freedom should in June I decide, you know what, I have this creative inspo and I want to be able to make this. I want to be able to have that space to say, hey, you can make that. Just add it to your list. And I'm pulling all of my inspo or most of my inspo from my art board, from which coordinates with my outfit board. So I know that, would I wear this piece? Yes or no? Okay. That being said, this little collection doesn't really leave room for me finishing any projects from the previous year. So I'm kind of in a push right now to try and finish all these things before the end of the year so that I can have a little bit of a clean slate. But I do know that I will probably always have unfinished projects from previous things, and it's okay. It's okay if I don't stick to this. It's okay if I don't make myself 20 things, or if I make myself completely other things. It's totally okay. But this is my hypothetical goal of where I'm at starting the new year. I don't know where I'll be in 12 months, and that's okay. But at the moment, I'm going to go try to finish some other things. We probably won't have a complete clean slate. So this is where I'm at. These are just some suggestions, and I hope that you found it helpful and are able to use it to create more sustainably and to just chase your creative dreams in the new year. Please give me a like if you found it helpful, and let me know in the comments if you have any other tips for creating sustainably or making sewing plans in the new year, and how you're approaching things in this new year. And I will talk to you later.